A pleasant greeting to everyone. I'm M. Bhairavi. I'm an assistant professor in English in the Department of Corporate Secretaryship with CA and Professional Accounting. Today we are going to learn about articles and its usage. Generally, articles falls into two categories, that is definite and indefinite. The definite type includes the article the, and the indefinite type includes the articles a and an. Taking the indefinite article first, the indefinite article is otherwise called as non-specific article, as the article the as the articles a and an, that is the two indefinite articles, appear before the nouns which are non-specific in nature. That is the nouns which doesn't exhibit any specific or remarkable qualities in nature. In English, a and an are non-specific articles. Taking the article A at first, it carry a static condition that it will appear only before the word which begins with a consonant letter or a consonant sound. A can also appear before adjectives. A and an, both A and an will also appear before adjectives. Generally, articles are meant for nouns, but articles will also appear before adjectives too. Taking the example, I saw a dog while coming. Here, the article A is used before the noun dog. Here we use this article A for two reasons. The first reason is that the noun dog, it begins with a consonant letter, that is D. And so we have used the article A. The second reason is that the noun here, the dog, it doesn't carry any specific quality. It doesn't carry any specific, it doesn't exhibit any specific qualities, special qualities like its breed or its color or anything. It is generally a noun which doesn't exhibit any specific qualities. And so the article A, the non-specific article A is used before this non-specific noun dog. The second example, Harry studied in a university. Here, the article A is used before the noun university. You may have a doubt that this noun university begins with a vowel letter. But considering this noun phonetically, it will begin with the consonant sound Y. University. It begins with a consonant sound Y. And so we must consider this as noun beginning with a consonant sound. And so the article A should appear here. Taking the next example, Renu is a good student. Here, the article A is used before good. Actually, good is an adjective. As we have said earlier, the articles will also appear before the adjectives. Next, taking the article an, it also carries the static condition like A, but the article and will appear only before vowel sounds and vowel letters. The words which begin with a vowel sound or as a vowel letter. For example, the first example, she plucked an apple. Here we have the direct condition, that is the noun apple begins with the vowel letter A, E, I, O, U or vowels. It begins with a vowel letter A, and so we have used an before this noun. Taking the second example, he is an honest man. Here this article an is used before an adjective, that is honest. It is defining the noun. So here you may have the same doubt that this word begins with a consonant letter, but we are putting the article and before this. Considering this phonetically again, this word honest, uh, it the H, the first letter of this word H is silenced here, and it begins with the sound O, that is the vowel sound O. And so we should consider this as a word beginning with a vowel, and we should use the article and before this noun. Next, that's it about the indefinite articles a and an. Hope you are clear with this a and an and its usage. We are passing on to the definite article, that is the definite articles are otherwise called as specific article. That is, it appear only before the nouns which exhibit some specific quality, some special quality. So it carries three general conditions. Like it comes only before specific nouns, it comes only before unique nouns, and it will come only before mentioning universal truths. Taking the first example, Meena went to the Chinese restaurant. Here the noun, the Chinese restaurant, here it is specified. What kind of restaurant is it is specified here. The Chinese restaurant. Chinese is the type of restaurant. It is specified. The restaurant type is specified here. And so we use the definite article, the specific article, the here. Taking the second example, the student who came first in class is working in RBI. Here the noun student, it is specified here. It is specified only about the student who came first in class. We are taking specifically the particular student, and so the article the is mentioned here. Next, the third article, the third condition, this is the universal truth. The sun rises in the east is a universal truth. It won't change at any cost, and so we have used the article the here. The fourth condition, the Eiffel Tower is in Paris. Here we have used the article the before Eiffel Tower because it is a unique noun. We have only one Eiffel Tower in this world, and so we should put the definite article before these unique nouns. The will also appear in various other conditions like this first one. That is, it will appear before ordinals. We'll count something like first, second, third, fourth, isn't it? So the article the should come before counting these things, before counting ordinals. That is the first level, the second bench, the third boy, the fourth desk, like this. The second condition, the will appear before the superlatives. In the degrees of comparison, we have 3 degrees. The last degree, superlative degree, the should appear before this superlative degree, like this, the best choice, the happiest man. Next, the third condition, the definite article the will appear before mentioning the names of rivers and deserts. For example, the Ganga, the Kaveri, the Yamuna, the deserts, names of deserts like the Sahara, the Thar Desert, the Atacama Desert, etc. Taking the fourth condition, the definite article should appear before mentioning the names of mountain ranges. You should be careful here. It should be used only before the names of mountain ranges, but not before mentioning the names of individual peaks or individual mountains. Taking this example, the Himalayas. Himalayas is a continuous range of mountains. It is the chain of mountains, and so they have used this article the here, the Himalayas. For another example, you can put the before Eastern Ghats and Western Ghats, the Eastern Ghats, the Western Ghats, because they are all range of mountains. They are all chain of mountains. So you can put the before these mountain names, but Mount Everest, the single mountains, the individual peaks or individual mountains will be will appear with the title of mount. So you should not use any article like the, a, or an before mentioning this individual peaks like this Mount Everest, Mount Kilimanjaro, Mount K2, like this. You should not use any article before these individual mountains. Next, you should use the article the before mentioning the names of seas and oceans like this, the Atlantic Ocean, the Black Sea, the Mediterranean Sea, etc. The sixth condition, the should be used before the directions like the east, the west, the south, the northeast, the northwest, etc. Example, the east tower, the north wind, anything which carries the direction. Next, the seventh condition. The should be used before mentioning the important designations like the president, the prime minister, the minister of defense, the principal, the correspondent, etc. Eighth, the should be used before the titles of famous and holy books like this, the Ramayana, the Mahabharata, the Bible, the Quran, the Bhagavad Gita, the Tirukural, etc. The also appear in this condition that if the noun about which the speaker and the listener, or else the writer and the reader in case of the written communication, is already aware, if the noun about which they are talking is already introduced to both of them, then that noun should proceed with the article the. Like this example, Luna fed the cat. Consider this sentence to be written in a story about the Luna and the cat she is growing. So in this story, Luna and the cat she is growing is already introduced to the reader. And so after introducing it, you should use the article the before mentioning this noun. See this, Luna fed the cat because the cat was already introduced. The second example, it also carries the same condition. Ram and Leela went to the library. Here the library, consider all this sentence to be in a story. Okay. So the library to which Ram and Leela often visit was already introduced to the reader. And so we have used the article the before this library. Next, you take this next example. I have got a prize for the competition. In this sentence, we have two nouns, two different nouns, and two different articles. There is no such condition that only one type of article, that it may be either definite or indefinite article, should appear in the sentence. A sentence may have a blend of articles. It can have a blend of articles like this sentence. Here, I have got a prize for the competition. You must look into the reason for which these varying articles are used before these varying nouns. In this sentence, before the noun prize A is used, and before the noun competition the is used. Actually, the reason for this is the competition about the competition in which I have participated was already introduced to the listener to which I'm speaking. But the prize which I have got in the competition was not introduced to the listener. And so they have used the article A, indefinite article A before this prize, the noun about which the listener is not aware of. But the noun competition, the noun about which the listener is already aware of, we have used the before this noun. So you must keep this rule in your mind that before mentioning the noun about which the speaker and listener was already aware of, you should use the article the, and before the noun about which the listener was not aware of, you must use the article a. Mix of articles. As we have said earlier, a sentence may contain a mix of articles. It can contain a mix of articles. As we have um, seen in the last slide, this example, I have got a prize for the competition. This example, it have two types of articles in the same sentence. But in this sentence, Ron saw a dog on the pavement. The dog looked very pitiful. In this sentence, we have in this case, we have two sentences. It talks about the same noun, dog, the dog which Ron saw on the pavement. So while mentioning this dog, while introducing this dog for the first time, the article a is used because it was not introduced beforehand. But after introducing it, mentioning that the same noun in the second sentence, the article the is used here. The dog looked very pitiful. So you must keep this condition in mind that while mentioning the noun for a first time, while mentioning a noun for the first time, while introducing it for the first time, you should use the indefinite article a or an, depending upon the consonant and the vowel conditions. And while mentioning about the same noun in the second sentence, you can use the indefinite article the. And we also have this exceptional condition in articles, that is zero article, a condition in which no article will occur. For example, first condition is that no article will appear before mentioning the proper nouns, that is the names. Okay. For example, the teacher called Reena. Here, proper noun is Reena. No article was there before Reena. The author of the book is Jane Austen. Here also, Jane Austen is a proper noun. There is no article before this proper noun. Next, second condition, you should not use any article before mentioning the uncountable nouns. For example, drink plenty of water. Here, water is an uncountable noun. So we have used no article here. The condition zero article will appear here. Second example, wash your hair twice a week. The noun hair is an uncountable noun, and so no article should appear before this noun. The next example, no article should be used before mentioning the means of transport. For example, the family arrived through plane. Here, plane is denoting the mode of transport in which the family traveled. So you should not use any article before mentioning this means of transport. The same condition is with the next example. Rajiv came by bus. Bus is the mode of transport. You should not mention any article before this means of transport. Next, taking the fourth condition, you should not use any article before mentioning the names of countries. There is some exception here. You can use the article the before the countries whose name includes the words like states, kingdom, republic, etc. Like in the United Kingdom, the United States of America, the Czech Republic, etc. Take this example. My friend is in London. Here, London is the name of a country. So we don't have any words like states, kingdom, or republic in this country's name. So you should not use any article here. A zero article is the condition here. But taking the next example, Charles is going to the United Kingdom. Here we have the word kingdom here. So you should use the article the before mentioning the name of this country. Here we have some exercises and articles. So taking the first question, Teresa met dash poor girl, dash girl was hungry. So as we have read while discussing about articles, while mentioning a noun for the first time, you should use the indefinite article, either a or an, depending upon the consonant and vowel letter in which the word begins. While mentioning the same noun again, you should use the definite article the. So here we have this noun poor girl. This noun is introduced for the first time here. So you have to use the indefinite article a because this letter P is a consonant. So considering both the reasons, you should use the article a here. And the next dash. Here they are mentioning about the same girl who is introduced in this first sentence. So you can use the article the here, the specific article the here. So while talking about the same noun, which was introduced beforehand, you can use the definite article the. Next, taking the second sentence, the most powerful weapon is dash education. You have to look at this noun, education. Actually, this noun is an uncountable noun. So, taking all the condition from the type of zero article, there should be no article. There should be the condition of zero article before an uncountable noun. So here, before this uncountable noun, education, there should be zero article. Next. The next question. Call dash vendor who is selling vegetables. Actually, here the noun is vendor. There is, while you look at this noun alone, you can see nothing specific in this noun. But while considering the next part of the sentence, who is selling vegetables? Here they are mentioning a vendor who is specifically selling vegetables. They are they are telling about a specific person, specific vendor who is selling vegetables. So you must consider this as a specific noun. And so you must use specific article here. That is the definite article, the. Next question. Menu consider it as dash honor. Taking this into account, actually, this begins with the letter H, that is a consonant letter. But taking again the phonetics into phonetic transcriptions into account, this H is silenced here, and it begins with the vowel sound O. And so you must consider this as a word and as a noun beginning with the letter, the sound, vowel sound. You must use an. Meaning consider it as an honor. Next. Dash moon revolves around the earth. While reading about this definite article, we said that the definite article should appear before nouns which are unique. So this noun, the noun moon, is unique. We have only one moon in this world. And so you must use the specific article the here. Next. The writer was from Dash United States. And we have seen in the in the last condition that if a country's name contain words such as states, kingdom, and republic, you should use the definite article the before the names of such countries. So we have the word states here. So you have to put the article the in this sentence. Next. The Titanic sank in dash Atlantic Ocean. So before the names of oceans and seas, there should be a definite article, that is the. So here, the Titanic sank in the Atlantic Ocean. Next, being called dash Arjun. You should consider this noun. This noun is actually a proper noun. So the condition of zero article appear here. Before proper nouns, there should be no article. So we have zero article here. Okay. Hope you have understood the articles very well, the definite and the indefinite articles both. Thank you for listening. Thank you very much.